All right, welcome. Hey, batch 32, I've done this before, but and I gave you the PMI results on these knives, but I never gave you the Rockwell because I didn't have the Rockwell. And so this time around, I'm going to give you the Rockwell results. A lot of these are Eafengrow knives. These were the first batch that are supposed to truly be D2. And as he goes forward, his new knives will truly be D2. Before, he said in his selling description that they were D2 because he was told they were D2. But obviously, he didn't do the actual manufacturing. So they weren't D2. He found that out. He contacted me. He says, okay, now they're saying it is really D2, or he switched manufacturers. I don't know. So he sent them to me to test because he wanted a third-party test. So I said, sure, I'll test them for you because, hey, I got nothing wrong with somebody trying to make it right. So we did, and yes, these are all D2, these Eafengrow knives that I'm going to go through, all tested as D2. Recently, though, update here, I went, not recently now, though, that's a problem, because this batch went up months ago. But about a month after doing this batch, I go, I'm just going to go on Amazon and randomly buy 3 different knives. I did. And I haven't done this video yet on that update, but 2 of the 3 were not D2, and 1 of them was. So there's still, it's not like he pulled all of his inventory. You know what I'm saying? So he's selling out the balance of his inventory. And so one was D2, the other 2 were not. I contacted him. He says, yeah, I mean, they're all D2 now, but there may still be some in the USA stock. So as time goes by, those will wash out of the system. And, as far as I'm concerned, as far as a beater knife goes, it's really not that big a deal between HCR and Chinese D2 to me. But, I mean, it's mislabeled, so that's not right. These, of course, are D2, and I got another batch from him, and those were all D2, and that's why I independently bought some. And I'll probably turn around in another month and independently buy some others just to check. Again, I know into ad nauseum on the Eafengrow. I'm about done. But here's some other knives in here that I was curious about. So we're going to run down the Rockwells. Thank you, Kurt, for doing these for me because he's really kind of stepped back. He's got a lot of other obligations now. So this is not going to be something he's going to be able to do for me going forward. But we're gonna talk about what we can do to continue getting Rockwells, and we will do that. The Eafengrow 939. And I believe that is what this is, and it looks like the Artisan Orthodox. Yes, it does. Although these are all like $26 shooters, anywhere from like $19 to $25, $26 knives. But no, I mean, that was another discussion I had with him, which is stop, okay? Do original designs. And he said that's the way they're going now. So, but here you go. I'm not here to discuss ethics in that regard. I'm here to find out what are the Rockwells on these knives because some people are buying these on Amazon. Let's talk about it. This one here got tested by Kurt. Of course, it is real D2, but it's a 59.3 Rockwell. And where'd he put the divot? Right there. Okay. So 59.3. The next one looks like the Artisan Cutlery Ravine. And where'd you put the dimple? So there's the dimple. The Ravine, 59.8. So these are pretty consistent in that regard. This one resembles the Sheepdog. And this is a 60 HRC. So you can see right there where he did that. So 59.3, 59.8, and 60 as we go forward. The Eafengrow EF941, which I believe is what this is. Yeah, 941. Here it is. I don't know that this resembles anything, except I'm not retracted to the design at all. But here it is. And it's a 58.8. The next one is the EF934, which is, I believe, this one. Yes. Okay, this is the 934. Interesting looking knife. This is not bad at all. And there's the dot on it. The 934, 61.3. 61.3. Kind of nice about this natural, or this tan G10. You could dye this stuff about any color you wanted to. So, you know, you could practice your dyeing techniques and stuff on this, actually. 910. And I think that's over here. Yeah, this is the 910. And this is the 58.5. 58.5. This is really not a bad looking knife here. Kind of a spear point blade. Well, actually a spear point blade. Deep carry pocket clip. Might be one of my favorites in the group sitting here. Did I cover the 929? 929. 929 is 59.9. Actually, that's not bad either. Not big on the tail coming off here, and it kind of gets cheesy when they put the colored hardware. But I know Ganzo did that for a while too, and these are kind of in that price range. All right, let's swim upstream. My Mosquito Tactical Piggy Integral. It's pretty wild. It's an integral. See that? Titanium M390 front flipper. I'm not in love with front flippers, and this one I find a little bit difficult because you got a lock bar here that you're going to squeeze trying to get a grip, and then you're going to impinge your ability to deploy the blade like that. Okay, but here it goes. M390, billboarded all to hell, 55 of 88, but I just had to, and it was a few $100, that's for sure. It's real M390, and it's a 59.6. So, I mean, if you stabbed it again, it could go up or down a half a point. So it could be a 60.1 or whatever. So it's close to 60. It's close to 60. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. You know, it'd be nice if it was 61 or 62, but there ain't much that's 62 out there. There's not much that's really 60 plus out there of M390, unfortunately. Next is my, he threw this in. I guess it took so long to come from China. I bought this on eBay, right? And I had that tactical puppy that he had a year or two ago. Okay, and it came with a coin or something else. It was really kind of interesting. But the Piggy, that's the Piggy. Now, he sent me this. It's not even marked. But I went on his site, and yes, they call this the Kitty. I wrote it down. There's no markings on this. Now, this is titanium back here, and then it's natural G10 on the front. And really, I think you're really better off if you just dye the front black like the rear. Because first of all, you got black hardware on here, and this is black titanium, and I don't like this. I don't like this mix of colors. He should have made a liner lock with natural G10. But he said this is S35VN. Is it S35VN? Yes, it's S35VN at a 58. A 58 on S35 is in the acceptable range, so you're good. And it's not a flipper. It's just got those thumb studs. It's a good sized knife though, isn't it? But I think if this went black, this would be a much better looking knife. Not that I'm big on all black, but I can't make this natural G10. So I think I've only got one direction I can go on this. Got two more left. Here's the Geo knife. I got this from White Mountain. And they say D2. And I'm going, is it really D2? And yes, they tested it. It's really D2. and get it. I mean, it's always the funky, weird, come out of the corner kind of guys, right? So this is a 61.5. This is the highest D2 hit of this whole group right here. So 61.5. I mean, congratulations, Geo. At least that's the hardness. Whether everything's okay with the heat treat, who knows? But that's what the Rockwell is. And then the Yon Xanadu YX628. Yeah, they say this is D2. And man, he pumped that 3 times. Thanks, Kurt. Got the 3-way, huh? No extra charge. So it's a 60.9. So it's about a 61. Interesting. Yeah, it's a nice little knife, actually. And I've had this for months and never put this damn thing on my channel as far as a review goes. But it's really got nice little thumb ramps here. It's not very expensive. So YX, I mean, they've done some design. I think they did a design for Tucson as well. And I didn't know that YX was a thing, okay? But it is. That's their design team, okay? So that's it, folks. I mean, in a nutshell, these are the knives, and those are the Rockwells. In the future, I don't know how I'm going to combine them, but I'm going to shoot them out because it's easier to get my PMIs. So I'm going to shoot them out, get my PMIs, then I'm going to go hunting for Rockwell. You know, really going forward, I know Rockwell's important, but there's a lot of odd and unusual brands of knives that I'm going to explore. And those are the ones that you really got to watch the PMIs. You really got to make sure they're actually telling you the truth when they say D2. Obviously, Eafengrow was a big problem for quite a while. Now they got it straightened out. So, yes, we're going to go on. We're going to try like the Free Wolf. And then we tried the Free Tiger, and we already tested that, so that was good. But there was another Free Tiger model as well that wasn't as advertised. So, you know, it's hit and miss, and we'll just have to see. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. It's kind of a retread, but this at least gives you some Rockwells, especially on the Eafengrow knives for you guys that buy these budget Eafengrows on Amazon. Some are really fascinating designs, by the way. And as far as just a cheap beater, okay, almost a 60 Rockwell at real D2. I'm not going to complain. Take care. Thank you so much. You know what we do. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.